I woke up tomorrow, lost my job, and I had to start my career all over again from scratch, I'll actually be terrified. Why? Because the job market actually doesn't look like anything it did in few years ago. Right now, it is officially harder, very competitive, and actually, the secondary tools doesn't cut it through anymore. At the moment, companies are actually using advanced AI systems to filter out applications before your name even gets to be seen by a human recruiter. If you are using the same exact system that you used to apply maybe for a job 2 years ago, you are actually very invisible. But if I had to find a remote job in the next 30 days, definitely I'll not panic. Why? Because I'll follow a very specific 4-step game to actually land that remote job. So today I am going to give you that exact roadmap. The biggest mistake people make while maybe starting job hunting is that they start applying immediately. They rush, they start sending out dozens of messy CVs, getting no replies, and in the long run, they end up getting depressed. If I was starting today, I'll not send any application during my first week. I'll start on building a foundation that makes it impossible for companies to actually ignore me. In phase 1, I'll start by building something that's called an AI bite. In the modern job market, you aren't just trying to impress maybe the hiring manager. No, you actually have to pass through what I call the AI dog screening, something that is called an ATS. Most companies and even small startups right now, they normally use an automated system, things like ATS, to actually filter out candidates. Day 1 and 7, it will all be about turning my profile to an AI bite. So first, I'll completely rebuild my LinkedIn profile. I'll not just go ahead and list my job titles. No, I'll focus on skill-based keywords. If I'm a virtual assistant, my profile actually needs words like maybe time management, Slack and project tracking, because the AI systems actually look for exact words like this. So my next thing, I'll go ahead and build an ATS friendly resume. Here, I'll not include things like maybe columns, no colorful graphics, and also I'll not input any photos on my resume. So why? Robots that actually scan your resume, they actually get confused by complex things like those ones. So once they get things like that on your resume, they automatically filter them to trash. I'll actually go ahead and use just a simple resume, very clean, and maybe just a single column if it may be. And definitely that is going to win on everything. In my second phase, I'll go ahead and target the right remote pockets. So once my profile is ready, I'll not go over on the job boards and maybe type a word like maybe remote work. So that wouldn't work because you will end up maybe competing with 5,000 people in just one single application. Maybe they're trying, all of you are trying to apply for one job and 5,000 people have actually sent the application maybe on that job specific, let's say maybe data entry. Instead, I'll go ahead and look for companies that are genuine in remote culture. I'll specifically look for fast-growing startups or maybe just distributed teams that actually care more about talent rather than just location. I would also actually pay very close attention to time zones. Why? For example, if I'm actually based here in Kenya, I'll go ahead and focus on companies that operate maybe in the UK, Europe, maybe in the Middle East. Why? Because our time zone here in Kenya actually overlap with their time zone. It is actually much easier to get hired in those companies because our 9 to 5 actually resonate well with their 9 to 5. So for that, I will deal with that and focus on companies that actually resonate with my time zone. In phase 3, what I'm going to do is to use what we call a sniper method. So now it is finally maybe week 3 and it's time to get starting applying for those roles. Here, I'm not just going to maybe spray and pray. No, I'm going to use this method. Instead of applying to 30 jobs a day, I would rather focus on 2 to 3 maybe high quality application a day. But for this exact 3 roles, I'll actually make my application flawless. I will use this simple method that I have been speaking a lot in this channel. I'll just go ahead and drop the description in any AI tool of my choice and also paste my resume there and ask it something simple like maybe what gaps do I have between my resume and this job description. Then I'll just go ahead and tweak my bullet points that the AI have given to me to actually match their language. Here, if they call it something like maybe client success, I'm actually changing my resume maybe from customer service to client success because you actually need to speak their exact language so that the system actually ranks you on the top. My last phase, and this is the most advantageous to me and I love it, I actually call it the backdoor strategy. It is simply just networking. So here in this strategy, what I'm going to do, let's say for example, if I actually wanted to stand out, I wouldn't just click apply, then sit, relax and wait. No. I would head over to LinkedIn, search for that company, then go ahead straight to people. Maybe just look for people who work in that company. Then look maybe for people like operation managers or maybe just a recruiter or maybe the CEO in general. Just go ahead and send them a very simple, polite note. Maybe I just applied for remote support role. I know your inbox is maybe probably flooded, but I wanted to reach out directly because I have experience maybe tracking projects in Jira and I love what your team is building. I have actually attached my profile just in case. Hope you have a great week. In this situation, think this strategy like this. Maybe 500 people applied for that job and they just sat down waiting maybe for an email response. But you are the only one who maybe went to their digital office and actually offered a handshake. That simple message that you actually sent, it will move you from maybe bottom to up. If I had to start over again today, that's exactly how I will do it. Rebuild my profile for the systems, target the right time zones, apply with precision, and reach out to direct human recruiters. The job market is definitely different, but it is not impossible. You just need to update your playbook. Let me know in the comments if you had to start your career over again today, what is the very first thing you would actually change? Let's talk about it below there. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribing to this channel because each and every single week, I always share such insightful content on career growth and remote work. My name is Lisa Remote 254 and I'll sure see you all in the next one. Keep pushing, don't give up. See you all. Bye bye.